Okay, nice. So let's see. So let me know, guys, what we done in the last session. What did we do in the last session? In the last session, I guess we were doing with the Docker project. I guess we done with a few instructions, and we were doing the project and told that we'll continue today. Not today. Yesterday, somewhat the session got disconnected, right? So I was trying to connect back, and there were nobody available. So I had no choice to drop off. Okay, so we'll see from where the error is coming. Yep. So let me start the mission first. So this is a mission. Start this. So root, enter the password, NMTY, get onto the network, part, quit, capital I, it is .9. So 192.168.1.9. So it is root. We got connected. And we were doing the getting hyphen projects, right? Then here, the Docker file, I think CD into the app. We created a Docker file here. Okay. So we'll say Docker image. So what were the commands that we were trying? Docker image build hyphen tag. So I will say this is 31-B. Getting started project space dot. Okay. So in total, there are 6 lines of code, and it worked absolutely fine today. Yesterday, there was a problem. So we are not sure whether it's a network or something else, but today it worked fine. So step 1, it got executed. It created a hashtag. Step 2, hashtag. Step 3, layer. Step 4 also got executed and gave some layers. So finally, in total, the last step, let's say 6th one. So this is the commit ID or hashtag of the commit ID of the last one. Now DBEFD1E857. So see this, the last number. Okay. So Docker images, if you check, you can see that This is the one which we just created now. It says latest and so tag just created 55 seconds ago, 300 MB. Are we clear, guys, how the image got created? So we did not do any big engineering work here. The only engineering work that we done is we are exploring the sample project, or we are trying to do the Docker project. So from where we have a lot of projects available in the Docker site only. So I just picked up the first one. So you guys have to try the other things. But here the implementation is you guys have to know how to read it. Okay. So make sure that you guys are good with reading stuff. What is this? Outlook got changed. Last edited. Okay. All these icons got changed. Huh? That's okay. So this is looking little new. Close the document outline. Open it. Okay. So this is somewhat new look. Fine. That's okay. So we'll go to the Docker project. So this is a web link from where I was trying to tell you that this is what we have to. So in this, we were exploring and we reached up to here, third point. So third point says build it. We done it. Now after the build, they are asking us to start the container, guys. So you guys have to read this because this will tell you what is the use of each one. But let me go ahead and try the Docker run. So what is this stuff? Let's see. Copy and put it in a notepad, guys. Just see what I am doing first of all. So everybody knows Docker run, am I correct? So this part, I hope everybody knows. So there is no confusion in this. Now I'm talking about -d and -b, new things here. And this is also new thing. And this is old thing only. Because you're trying to create the container out of this image. But whatever the image name that we created, we just given the name called 31b hyphen. See, as per our principle, the name is 31-b getting started. So accordingly, we'll give the name. Yeah. Now, whatever you see on the screen, this can also be rewritten like this, guys. So I'll show you. -d and -b. Separate them. Okay. Just I'm separating them. This can also be written like this. Hyphen detach and hyphen publish. Okay. So what is the use of publish? We'll understand that shortly. And what is the use of detach? We'll understand that shortly. So basically, options are separated and we can write in the full format. So this is a full format. Okay. Now, first, let's understand what is this hyphen publish. Okay. So this hyphen publish is nothing but it's all about the ports explosion. So something like A is to B. A is to B. In a short format, we can write -b, but in a full format, you have to say hyphen publish. So this value is written in the form of A is to B. Now the question comes is what is a A here and what is a B here? So that clarity is required. So A is nothing but your container port. And B is nothing but refers to the Docker host port, guys. So in simple, here A is container port, okay, and B is Docker host port. So both are not same. Docker host port. So what does it mean? That means we are trying to do a port forwarding. How? Okay. So let's see. Just I'll draw a diagram to make you understand. MS Paint I'm going. So let's make it bigger. So let's imagine this is your server. Okay. So what happens is the incoming connection, from there, the connection gets routed to the, so let's say this is our container. Okay. Imagine this is our container, which is hosted from the Docker host. So what is happening is the connection that is being received, right? The connection that is being received. So that means I need to move the container here. Hold on. Here. Okay. So incoming connection, when the container is hosted, the incoming connection is nothing but your Docker host port. We call it this as Docker host port. That means all the connections will enter into the machine. So let's imagine this is our Docker host. They have to reach out. What is it, guys? They have to reach out to the via the Docker host, that you can say main door. Okay, this is like a main door. So the connection comes into the Docker host at some port number. From there, the connection gets routed to the target container, because each container which is hosted can be accessed via port number. So this part, this is nothing but your container port. Now that's the reason this is called as B and this is called as A. So keep in mind, A is to B format. Okay. So we intrude, or I'll tell you a nice example of our life. So at our home, we'll have a main door. Okay. Imagine we have a main door for every home, correct? So we enter into the home via our main door only. So once we enter into our main door, then from there you'll have, let's say, kitchen, you'll have a hall, you have a bedroom, or let's say washrooms. So let's say you are entering from your incoming door. That means once you enter into your home, from there you enter into your bedroom. So bedroom is nothing but A and incoming is nothing but B. Have you understood, guys? So likewise in real time also, your Docker host server will have incoming port. From there, the connection gets routed to the container port. So that is the logic. So incoming connection port is decided by B and container port is decided by A. So now look into these values. According to them, B, this is B. That means this is Docker host. That means incoming door is 3000 and container is 3000. You can give any number, but that number, whatever you give there, incoming connection ports, that are decided by the application that you are using. So it doesn't mean that you just give blindly your telephone number or let's say somebody's home number. No. So an application will have a range. Within that range only you have to fill the numbers. So what to fill those numbers, that is decided by the development team, because when they're writing the code, they will define the range of the numbers that you can use, whether it is TCP IP port numbers or is it UDP port numbers, because port forwarding can only happen on either TCP or UDP port numbers only. So if it is TCP, what is the range? If it is UDP, what is the range? That is decided in the application development only. So for those numbers, you need to check in with your team only. Now here, whatever example that you're trying to do, so it says that incoming connection should be 3000, sorry. And container port should be 3000. Now, one more container I would create, then the same incoming connection will be 3000 only, but this container will carry 3001, because the reason is incoming connection will be always constant, but container ports will be varying. The reason is no two containers can carry the same port numbers. So let's say one more container you create. Let's say you're planning to create one more container. Okay. Then this port number can be, it's your wish, you can give any number, but it should not match with other one. So I'll just say this is 3000, maybe 2. You can give any number, 2. Are we clear, guys, what I'm talking? Confirm, first of all. You have to tell me what we are trying to do. So each container will carry its own port numbers, but incoming connection is always same. Clear? Okay, nice. So what I'll do is I'll make this diagram little better so that I'll copy paste in the notes. Hold on. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. Just making diagram only for you to make you. Why this is not going, I don't know. Okay. Okay, fine. So this we call it as containers. And this is nothing but A. Or I'll put like this, containers A. And this is B. And this part is the host. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this diagram into your notes. Have you understood now, right, what I'm talking? Port number, maximum number, it's not, I told you now, these numbers will verify. All these numbers are decided in the application development only. So they will define the range. So based on range only. So likewise, you cannot choose your vehicle number, right? Getting the logic? Once you buy a vehicle, we don't have power to choose our own vehicle number. So they would have their own range of giving the numbers for us. That is what even in the application development, also same thing is. So based on application, they will decide some numbers. So accordingly, we'll use it. So that's about this one, guys. So I keep on, let me summarize. -- publish will help you to do the port forwarding. Okay. Incoming port is decided by B value. A value will tell you the container port. Now the question comes is, how do you access? So this is one more interesting point. So whenever we access the container, we have to use the port. Okay, this is mistake. Okay, so host. So I'll show you. We'll update this English little bit wrong. No worries. So at this point of time, with this we are going. Just see, guys. Copy this. I'm going ahead onto the server and I'm just pasting it and I press enter. We did not talk about detach. We'll talk after some time. So let's focus only on the publish. So what is going to happen, guys? Anuja, what is going to happen here? Atif, Divya, Kavya, Kirti. Can I say that it is going to create a container? Is that true? Yep. So we are going to create a container now. Okay. It got created. Right? Now, how do you know that it got created? You type docker ps-a. You see this is the image. From image, you can identify, guys. And you see this first numbers 1628, this number is matching with somewhat with this number, which it gives some response, right? See. So actually, this is our container ID, very lengthy number. But in general, Dockers, they cut short in the table. This is an actual number, what it comes. Very lengthy. But this is somewhat short format. Now, command, it is looking into the entry point, whatever it is given in the coding. It has been started 15 seconds ago and it is up since 8 seconds, and port forwarding is happening. See, port's value is configured. Okay. And name of the container which got created is angry underscore Spence. Now what we'll do is we need to know how to access the container now. So to access the container, you have to use the IP address of the machine where the container is hosted. So what is the IP address of this machine, guys? How do you know the IP address? This is the IP address. Okay. So say 192. Just say guys what is happening. So is this guy 192.168.1.9? Who is this fellow? Please confirm quickly. 192.168.1.9. Who is this guy? Is it a container or is it an image or is it a Docker server? That clarity is very much required here. I repeat the question. Whatever the IP address that we kept in the browser, is it a server or is it an image or is it a container? It's a Docker server. Okay. Make sure that you don't make mistakes here. It's a Docker server. Then put a colon. Now, in this value, tell me what is our container port value. What is the container port value from this picture, from this command? It's 3000, right? So we'll put that here. You have to put the IP address, colon, you need to put it, guys. Then put 3000. See, this is an expected output application. That means you're trying to talk to the container now. Now what happened is the connection hit the Docker host, and from the Docker host, it diverted the connection to the 3000 port number. So that is what happened. So go back to this diagram. Just see the arrow what I draw in red color. The connection hit the server, right? The connection hit the server, and server incoming connection, whatever it took, it looked that I need to route it to the 3000 guy. So that means this fellow. Okay. Now we'll create one more container, but in the first container, we'll feed some states data, guys. Okay. So let's see, so that you'll understand what is happening. Tell me some states of India, AP. So you tell me, guys, who is the best CM of India? Best chief minister. It's a Yogi. Everybody knows. No, hey, Prithvi, Modi is a prime minister, man. So, best chief minister of India currently. So Kejriwal, okay, nice. So some people have different views. Kejriwal is also good. Technically, he's a bureaucrat and he's also administrator. Nice. So to the current world, very tough state, very tough chief minister. I would agree with you. Okay. So likewise, we have worst candidates also. So I'm not commenting anybody, but tell me, guys. So tell me, who is the worst chief ministers that you know? No offenses, nothing. Just for joking only. Okay. Kerala, MH. NTR, no. NTR is not alive, no? So frankly to say, you should be proud that NTR, I don't know how many of you know NTR. How many of you know who is an NTR, guys? Yeah. So senior NTR is the first politician come chief minister who has really done something for poor people, frankly. So he was the first guy in the world who introduced, at least in India, rice per kg at 2 rupees. This is even popular today. So when this guy introduced a lot of comments been there on him, is it really possible? So he made it possible. Okay, right. So a lot of things are there. Let's not go into the politics, but let's focus on the class. So AP, TS, Kerala. So I have some states I done. Now what I'll do is I'll go back to my screen and I'll create one more container. Now this time I'll use 3001 port number. See, you see which value am I changing? Am I changing value number B or a value number A, guys? Which value am I changing? It's A. You understood? A is nothing but the container port. Now again, I got some number here. Okay. So some crazy number we got. So we're not worried about that number. So let's say Docker ps-a. Okay, table is very lengthy, dirty. Let me decrease the font size. So Docker ps-a, yeah, this is what, see, new container ID from this image, just 42 seconds ago, up since 41 seconds. The older one is already running 7 minutes. And you see, it is accessible on, you need to look at this value, guys. So whatever after this direction symbol, right, this direction symbol, that is nothing but your server port. Before the direction symbol, you have something after the 0 zeros. This is nothing but your container port. So that means if you want to talk to this container, you have to use 3001. So let's open up another browser and I'll say same story, 192.168.1.9 : 3001 port number. I want to talk to 3001. This is a new, because there's a new container, new data. So in this, I'll enter some countries' names. So this is China. So if you are aware of GK knowledge case, India has surpassed the China in population. Are you aware of this? Yep. No? So India is the most populous country in the world now. We have surpassed the China. Okay, so I just entered 4 countries now. Again, I want to create one more container. This time, I want you guys to observe what happens if I'm trying to use the same port number. I'm not changing. I'm using the same port number. See what happens. I press enter. I got an error. So this error indicates that at any point of time, no 2 containers which are running can have same port numbers. Like, understood now? So like 2 persons cannot have same other number. Likewise, 2 containers cannot have same port numbers. So that is the error message. So if you are getting this error, this is generally called as binned errors. So if you read this English properly, it is very clear that it is trying to tell you there is already an existing container with the same port number. So what we'll do, we'll try to update this to the 3002 now. Okay. Now the next question comes is we are trying to attach this and trying to understand detach. Now what detach can do? Now in this example, we are sure that we understood now this published stuff. Now we'll move to the detach. So what is this detach guy will do? So detach is capable of running the container in background. That's it. First of all, if you don't use that, what happens? And if you use that, what happens? You observe. So far, we were using it. Do you agree, guys? first two example, we used the detach option. Do you agree with me? And we saw what happened. Correct? We got a very lengthy number. Now I wantedly remove this. Okay, I'm not using any detach. Okay, and see what happens. I'm just pressing enter. See, I lost the access to the terminal now. I lost the access, guys. It will not come back. It is entirely live. The terminal is live. And you just go back to this one, 192.168.1.9 colon, this time 3002 port number. Again, this is new. Okay. So in this, I just want to feed some names here. Okay. So what is the earliest? Okay, let's ask some GK questions. Huh? So one GK question, guys. So let's see. Which place of India is considered as IST time zone? So we say IST, right? So which place in India is considered, or which city in India is considered as an IST? Well, I hope you should know this. We have a lot of places in India, right? Hyderabad, New Delhi, we have Mumbai, correct? Kolkata, Chennai, right? So Kashmir. So a lot of very good cities are there in India. Now, which city or which place in India is considered as IST time? So that place, whatever the time of that place, is considered as IST. Anybody who prepared some government exams, guys? Just give me this answer quickly. It's not Mumbai, nor Kolkata, nor Chennai. Allahabad. The time in Allahabad is considered officially as IST time zone. Reason? Allahabad exactly cuts the India into the two equal halves. That is the reason. Longitude and latitudes of India exactly cut 50 and 50% perfectly. That place. Clear? So, Prayagraj, right. Nice, yeah. So, Allahabad city cuts the exactly India into the two equal halves. So, the place, okay, next, let's see. Okay, which city is considered as Silicon City of India, guys? Silicon City of India. Say Bangalore. Okay, everybody knows. So I don't know why you guys know this quickly. You are IT engineers. Okay. The next, which city in India is considered as Manchester of India? Manchester of India. You know the meaning of Manchester of India? Manchester of India, or Manchester of East, we call it as. Okay, so the answer is Ahmedabad. Gujarat, Ahmedabad. So Manchester means clothing, guys. I'm talking about clothing stuff. Okay. Right. So next. So he's saying urgent call. Huh? So if you pick his call, he will time waste my activity. So the next, what is the next one? The last one will fill it up. Huh? What place will fill it up, guys? So I don't have time. Huh? I'll just fill it blindly. Kerala. Third item. Okay, so 4 places I filled up. I hope you understood. See, till I don't have the access to the terminal. So that's the difference. When you do not use a detach option, you will lose the terminal access. Some containers will eat away your terminal and they start processing using your terminal. So to make sure that the containers are running behind the terminal, so we use the detach option. So 99% of the real cases in real time, you will apply the detach option. So when you know that application eats your terminal or consumes your terminal, immediately we should start using detach option. Are we clear? Understood now guys what I'm talking? It depends on application development only, how the application is developed. Some eat away your terminal or they want your terminal. So this is an application which is trying to consume your terminal. So if you see that it is consuming, please push it in the background by using detach so that you can work with your terminal. Clear? Are we clear when to use detach, when to not to use? Not every container requires the detach option, guys. So once you know that the container is trying to consume your terminal, please apply the detach option so that it runs in the background. Okay. So that is what it does. So let me stop this. Control C. I came back. Now I'll do one smart thing here so that you'll know what is happening. So we exited. Control C means it automatically exit. So we'll also stop this 2 containers. Okay. Docker stop these 2 containers, guys. This is sleepy yellow and Docker stop. I'm trying to show you something. Please follow me. Angry Spence. It's done. Now come back here and refresh those candidates and see what happens. This also I'm refreshing. And third also refreshing. See, the connection has timed out. The connection has timed out. This also connection has timed out because containers are not running, right? Now, Docker start -AI. I hope you remember this -AI. Just apply this sleepy yellow, press enter. Okay, I need to use detach. Hold on. Otherwise, it eats away our background. So I'll say -detach. No, we cannot apply this detach here. So we'll simply say okay, I don't use AI. Hold on. Docker start AI. Okay, started. I don't use AI because my target is only to start. So then Docker start. Yes, they are started. Okay. You can check the table. You can see they are up because we just started them. When they're starting, they are already starting on the port numbers which are given to them. See, they're picking up automatically which we gave to him. Already 3000 given to first candidate, next candidate 3001. They remember their port numbers. Now just come back. They are already up now. 3000 guy. I'm just refreshing. You see what is an understanding here? Did we lose the data or the data is intact? What is an understanding here? Did we lose the data, guys? No. You understood now how the container is behaving now? So container is exactly, if I talk in very simple English words, can I say container is trying to create an instance of your application now, a copy of your application. The actual application is sitting in your image, a copy of it, or we can say the instance, and we are trying to talk to the instance and get our processing done. See, one more instance of application. Maybe this is some other user. So he working, he entered the data, and this way did not start. So this will give anyway same error. So we practiced on 2. Are we clear on this, guys? Confirm. So this experimentation helped you to learn the use case of the detach option, helped you to learn the use case of port option, and helped you to learn that data is not lost in the containers until you delete them, unless you delete them, guys. So that's the experimentation. Now moving forward further here, okay, go to the next steps. We already done, okay. Now you need to know what is the use of each option here, because that is my target now to explain this thing. Let's see the code. Quickly in 2 or 3 minutes, we'll try to understand the code. Are we clear on the first line? Anything complexity? Anything is complexity is there in first line, guys? I think that's easy. It said from I want node image, under that 18-alpine version is taking. Correct? Or tag is this. So that is simple in the first line. Now let's bother about second line. So work dir /app. What does it mean? Does it mean is it on the server or is it mean on the image, guys? So /app, is it in the image reference or is it in the server reference? So /app is in the image reference, because once you get this image, inside of the image, I want to go to this location. That's the meaning. /app. Work dir is nothing but CD. So this is inside the image. We are traveling to the /app. So once I go there, then I want to execute copy dot and dot. Now this copy dot and dot is nothing but source and destination. Dot means source, another dot means destination. So what is the source here currently? The source is nothing but this place. This is the source, because this is where the image is getting created. So this source, that means this path is source. This path is source. So I'll copy this and put it here. So I'll replace this. This is a source. What is the destination? What is the current destination in the image, guys? Where are we? In the image, what is our reference point? It is nothing but /app, because in the above, we move to the /app. So from the current location, copy all the contents, whatever it is sitting here, and move that or copy that into the /app of the image. So this part, second half is image, and the first part is sitting on the server. From the server, a copy is getting transferred into the image. So that's the meaning of copy dot and dot. The next thing is he is trying to execute the Node.js command, guys. So for example, if it is yum, you will try to use in CentOS. If it is, let's say, apt-get command, we'll use in Ubuntu for installations. Likewise, in Node.js, we use a command called yarn. Yarn is an installation command in the Node.js, because whatever experimenting that you're trying to do, so that is a Node.js is involved here. So I'm trying to install Node.js -- production kind of element. The next, in the Node.js, please go to the SRC and immediately start using this. This I fed it to the CMD. That means when the container takes birth, this will be activated. So that's the reason when the container is taking birth, you are seeing index.js. So index.js is where under SRC, this is a folder, right? You go into that and see whether you have the index.js or not. See, index.js is there. So that is what he is writing under SRC. Go to the index.js file. So that is index.js file is trying to give our this image. That is what it is doing. The next, where are we? Okay, here. The next I want this application Docker host to be opened up on 3000 port number. So expose is 3000 port. That means Docker host is opened up on 3000 port number. Clear? By default, it is operates on 3000 port number. So that's the meaning. So this is an entire 6 lines code case. Nothing big deal, very simple only. So that's all about this experimentation, guys. Now we have few more commands here to understand. These are gray or last areas or few more areas where you need to understand. The next command is Docker logs. So what is this Docker logs command? So very important for your interviews also. So Docker logs command helps you to pull out or fetch the logs of the container. The question can be asked, how do you fetch the logs of a container, guys? Questions will be never asked on how do you pull the logs of an image? Because for an image, you will not have logs. Logs will be there only for the container. That's the reason they'll target containers only. So how do you pull? There are two commands. Same thing. We'll say Docker logs. We'll put the container or ID or container name. Then next, we'll say contain Docker container logs. We'll put the ID or name. So let's try. So I want to know the log. See, currently it is running now. So this one up. So I want to know what is going on here. So I'll say Docker logs and this put the container ID or a name. And this time I'm using a name. Press enter. So I got some data. You can say some data I got. But in a real time, you'll have a lot of data case. Since we are just experimenting the examples only, you see only 4 or 5 lines only. But technically in a real time, you'll see a lot of data getting generated. So Docker logs, so and so. The next thing is, we'll use another command. Docker container logs and apply on this angry spins. This also generated some data, right? So that is the use of this. Clear? So that is a Docker container logs. Then next, top command. Okay. So this is also very interesting command. Docker top, we call it as. So what is this Docker top? So Docker top is also important for the interviews, guys. The reason is it can tell you what is running in the container. So if you want to know what is running in the containers, we have to use Docker top. So see, Docker top, and I want to know what is running in this container. So just copy this and put it there and press enter. You see, Docker top, kept this. You can see root, process ID, and so. So this is what is running currently in the container. Likewise, generally in the Linux also there is a command called top. If you apply the Linux command called top, it will show you what is running. So it is exactly equal to your Windows Task Manager. So in Windows, you have the Task Manager, right? So this is what you'll see in Windows, what's going on. So exactly here in a Linux, we have something called top command. But the top command is for Linux. But if I want to see container level, then you need to put Docker top, put the container ID or a name. So that is the logs or currently running process that you want to see. The next, the last one is stats. This is also interesting. Docker stats. What is this Docker stats command? Docker stats. So Docker stats command is all about watching live statistics of what is running in the computer. So you see, guys, difference. First, I'll apply the top. You are getting only the snapshot of what is going on, okay? Right? But when I apply the stats instead of top, see what happens. First of all, I want to know who is a sleepy yellow. So who is that guy? I don't know. So let me pull out the details. CP yellow is nothing but 3001 port number. Okay. Now I'll apply Docker stats sleepy yellow press enter. Yeah, this is just give me a minute, guys. 1 minute. Give me a minute, okay? Okay, I'm back, guys. Thank you. So we just let me pull out this once again, okay? No worries, hold on. So Control C. So I'm pulling out the stats of this. So what happens is when you fire the command, immediately the screen will change to the live. The screen is live, guys. So we can see live things, live processing capacity, how much it is using, what is its memory, what's the limit, everything you can watch live. But however, you need to know that, just see what happens. Just remember these values, guys. I'll do one thing. So I'll take the screenshot so that we can do comparison. Okay, I took a screenshot. What is happening? So let's see what I'm doing now. I will go to the 3001 port number container. This is the one. And I want to create a lot of pressure on that container, stress, or you can say some testing I'm doing. Lot of times I'll do refresh so that the request keeps on receiving some requests from here, right from CPU processing unit, everything, network load and everything. Suddenly go back to that and see, you'll see 0.72, right? See 1.47, 0.28, it's fluctuating. Memory usage, everything are changed. So just a small example itself, we are saying that there is this a live container, how it is reacting, how much it is consuming, all those details will be super clear on the screen. So that is the use of this stats command, guys. So let me come out of this. Clear? So that's the use of stats. And the last is port number. Okay. Last is Docker port command. So this is also easy, not a big deal. So if you want to know one port number this container is operating, you need to just apply the, already you have the data here, but you have little confusion what this is operating. So Docker port, put the container ID or a name and press enter, it will show you. So whatever you got in the beginning, this is server, and whatever you get after this, after zeros, that is your container port. So put the container port. That is what you need to do. Clear? So that is the use. So we already saw the detach background. This we already know it. So these are some good reference website, guys, which I recommend you guys to practice it. Here, this is a site which I found online. Here, what happens is you will have each and every example for each instruction, guys. For from instruction, CMD, entry point, work DR, ENV, copy, label. For each instruction, you have the example here. You saw it? So what I recommend you is please try out this, keep this website as reference. And if you're planning to write any Docker file, just look into this and do the practice. So there's a nice explanation on how to use that. Very sample small examples are given so that you can experiment on each and every options, guys. Clear? So that's all from the Docker side. And tomorrow we'll go ahead and start our Kubernetes, guys. So let me go ahead and update the notes. Any questions for me? Yeah, Sravanti, tell me. So Kubernetes will take 4 to 5 days. Sravanti, what's your email ID? Oh, yesterday I didn't share. So from ENV I need to cover then. So where is this ENV? So from 5th to end I need to put. Okay, so I updated the class notes, guys. So Sravanti, I guess you already have the access to the material, but I'm not sure why you say that there is no access. So I hope you can see on the screen, right? I did not add now. You can see, I hope this is your email ID. This one. Is this your email ID? Already you have the access. So please check it. Maybe you're not checking it thoroughly. Okay. So that's all, guys. We'll stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow as usual. Chalo. See you. Bye-bye.